how's it going? I hope you're having a great day. And we're going to go over Volume 7 from William Eggleston, Democratic Forest, the 10 volume set. And this is The Interior. That is the title of Volume 7. And I was actually really excited to look at this. This whole set's been a very long time since I've went through them. And I've been saving each one for when I actually do the video here where I pick 5 of my favorite photos. So let's get into The Interior of Volume 7. We have page 12 as the first page, or first photo that I picked for my top 5. So I wanted to talk about William Eggleston and his photography and kind of my hot take on his still life photography. I do think, I'm sure he does do kind of like a lot of the one photo of one thing situation. I mean, I think, a lot of photographers do. I think the way he says it isn't so serious. Because by going through these volumes, you can tell there's the same thing, but he moves. I mean, it's a different angle. I think when he's walking around, maybe there's a bunch where it is one photo, one thing, but he's just definitely not afraid of photographing the same thing, but differently. But I want to get into what I also think is I think he sets up a lot of his photos, especially the still life kind of things like this, and even like this page next to it, which is not on my list, but I also think this is, this photo was prepared to be taken. But yeah, we'll go to page 17. This volume, especially like the first half, and I think that's where my photos are mostly selected from, and mostly, and they are, you can tell. Let's see, let's go to page 17. So this one could, I think, photos were, being, sifted through and, checked out. So I don't know how, posed this photo really is, or set up, or however you want to call it. But I really do like this photo. I think the past two is really just, it's so obvious to me to pick them because there's a camera in one, prints in another. It's just, I react to that right away. But I do like the photos at the same time, they are interesting photos at the same time. I do want to, I think there was some, like this, like, it's not on my list. It could be on my list because I really like it, but it was too obvious. But this is, I mean, is what it is. I actually do like this photo too. Let's go to page 49. I also don't think it's a bad thing that he sets up kind of like still life stuff, because it's something I need to focus more on. And I talked about it, I think, in one of these volume videos where it might not even been one of these volume videos. It might have been something else. But I was out shooting with my friend, and I was going to shoot this photo of these Coke cans, and there was a sign behind it. And I was like, oh, I wish that sign wasn't there. And he just like moved the sign, because it was a movable sign. So like it was just like, oh yeah, I need to focus on that more often too. It's just kind of pay attention to what's around, what I can change. This photo I like a lot because, let's see if I can get some good lighting here on. It's just, I mean, the colors. I mean, it's really just the colors in this one, and it's just a vibe. It's interesting. There's a lot of that back in the day, just things that matched a lot. I think that helped with like very interesting photos. I think a lot of times you just have a white wall these days. Let's see. So we're now going to 54. So this is something, I know, it's actually the next photo after this one. There's, the next one I'll show is kind of the same vibe where I like this concept of looking out into something. And and this is obviously like an upstairs window, photographing out to a car. A lot of questions, yeah, and that's been what I've talked about a lot with this series, and it's really just because of what I'm thinking. I think when I'm photographing, 'cause when I'm seeing it, I can talk about it. But the where you can ask yourself questions like, what's going on out there? What's going on in that car? Just a cool photo. I like whatever this drape is or whatever hanging up here. And then let's go to page 92. Same vibe, looking out. Obviously, it's like I don't know what this would even be. A porch of some sort, a patio, probably, that type of gimmick. Looking out, it's definitely, I mean, besides like the car signs and everything, I think everything about this photo is, dated for the time, which is, cool too. But this is something I do like a lot. The concept of looking out windows, and even like just trying to like maybe look around and like shooting out through doorways. Something I'll experiment a lot more. And that's it. Those are my choices for the interior, William Eggleston, the Democratic Forest. I want to thank you for watching. Check out the other ones if you haven't already, and we'll be at volume 8 here very soon. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.